Here's another important tip from the Personal Defense Network. A couple alternative strikes that we have in addition to our 4 fundamental strikes with the long gun. With these 2 alternative strikes, we're going to look at using, if we have the M4, M16, AR-15 type firearm, we're going to look at using either the front sight post or the actual tip of the muzzle. And these strikes are utilized for lateral threats. Maybe I come around a corner. Maybe someone rapidly approaches me and I don't have time to orient. But I want to be combative. I want to defend myself as rapidly as possible. So from the mounted position, the first strike, let's say we're going to use the front sight post for this one. I'm going to look and find where my target is. I'm going to step in the direction of the target and strike with that front sight post. If I don't have a front sight post, it's flipped down, or the firearm that I'm utilizing doesn't have a big front sight post like this, I'm just going to use the tip of my muzzle. It could be somewhat of a rake, where I rake that front muzzle across the high line or face of my attacker. Mainly utilizes some type of distraction. It's not a real powerful strike, but it's enough to back them off, make them reconsider their action that they're taking against me. So once again, to the left, I look and find the target that I'm going to strike. Using good footwork, I'm going to step towards that target and rake or strike with that muzzle. To my right, if there's a target to my right, I'm going to look and locate them. I'm going to step in the direction of the strike, utilizing that front sight post or the tip of my muzzle, either impacting them with it or raking it across their face. Again, it's not a super powerful strike, but it's enough to distract or disorient them, providing me with time to transition to an alternative measure, maybe then going to lethal force or a different striking methodology. Maybe utilizing one of those front muzzle or front sight strikes provides me with the time to switch to that spear grip and utilize more impact on the target with one of the better strikes. One additional consideration to utilizing either the spear grip or that bayonet grip is the ability it provides me to fend with that long gun. And what I mean by fending is by utilizing one of these grips, I now have essentially a shield in front of my body. So if this long gun has a stoppage or a malfunction, and I have an attacker that might have a contact tool, contact weapon, and they're trying to stab me, they're trying to hit me with some type of object, instead of just keeping this long gun in my shoulder and trying to block or poke them with my muzzle, by switching to one of these grips, I now have this shield that I can fend with, I can block with, and after doing so, after effectively fending off my attacker's contact weapon attack, I can now retaliate and recounter with one of my fundamental strikes. Let's look at training the alternative strikes and fending with the padded carbine and a focus mitt. First, I'm going to have Rob actually do the alternative strikes, the muzzle, tip of the muzzle, rake or strike or front sight strike, just in the air a couple times so he gets the movement down. So Rob, let's have you go to the left first. So a threat presents itself on the left, you look and find them, and you rake. Good. Now we'll go to the right. Excellent. All right, notice you can hear the stomp that Rob's making with his foot so that he can maximize his impact power. Now let's try that with the focus mitt. So we'll start off with him, since I'm over here, we'll start off with Rob coming to the right with that first strike. Now, the pad holder is very important if you're going to work with a partner whenever holding focus mitts like this. For stuff like this, and if you don't have your hand on the carbine and you have a hand free, I want to try to support the pad with my other hand so that when Rob hits it, it doesn't come back and hit me in the face. All right, Rob, so I'm going to get set up. When I say go, locate the target and then strike it. Go. Excellent. One more time. Go. Good. Now you can hear the power that he's got there. If this pad wasn't there, even with the padded carbine, that's a pretty good shot. And again, the emphasis is to distract or give me something to think about real quick so that you can then transition to another force option. Let's try it over here on the left. Same drill, Rob. Go. Go. Excellent. Try to turn the carbine a little bit more over so that the ejection port's up. Excellent. Yeah, so that way you can maximize. If the If the long gun's got that front sight post, that's what he's trying to poke me with. Go. There you go. Good. A little bit more stomp with your foot. Go. Excellent. Very good. So these are a quick look at drilling those alternative strikes.
Let's take a look at the fending now. The fact is that this is a great tool to defend myself from any kind of contact tool, whether it's a knife, whether it's a stick, anything else. Of course, knowing when I have an AR that I actually have the extension of a charging handle, maybe an optic, maybe it's a hunting rifle with a big scope, or the magazine well to give some extra distance to protect the hands is also a great benefit.
Excellent, exactly. So why don't you switch into the spear grip. We'll start off with the spear grip. Okay, Rob, we're going to start off now. We're going to use an improvised training tool here and work on that fending and blocking. So I'm going to act like this is maybe a contact weapon and go for Rob's midline, you know, like a stab. All right, Rob, what I want you to do is just fend with it and hollow out. Try to create as much distance away from the contact weapon as possible. Good. We're going to start off a little slow and build up speed. Excellent. All right, now, one more time, Rob, this time without smashing me too hard, follow up with one of the 4 combative strikes, okay? Good. Excellent, good. So if you're going to work this with a training partner, it might be a good idea to have that focus mitt in your support hand so that when Rob follows up with a strike, he's got a good viable target and you're not going to get hurt. Now we're going to look at some highline attacks with our improvised training tool. Rob, we're going to go nice and slow. I'm just coming in, work on your block. Good. Forehand, backhand. Good. Fending. Now follow up with a strike, but just go nice and easy, okay? So I'm coming in here 1, and there's some type of follow-up strike. And 2, follow-up strike. Okay, Rob, switch to bayonet grip while I grab the focus mitt real quick.
Okay. Now that Chris is going to switch to the focus mitt, while I go to my bayonet grip, I'm going to be able to follow up with my strikes after my fending a lot harder.
All right, Rob. Now you've switched to a different grip. Before you were using the spear grip, we're going to do the same exact thing, but now you've got the bayonet grip. So I'm going to start off with this low line attack. I want you to fend, and once I get the focus mitt up, give it a good strike. Set?
Set.
Good. Try the cross face. So you're going to block and then cross face. Set? Excellent. All right, let's try a couple highline strikes. Excellent. There you go. Nice, nice. Drilling these strikes with pressure, again, as Rob said earlier, isn't pretty, but it instills those skills into us under live conditions. If you found this video helpful, make sure to post a comment at thepersonaldefensenetwork.com.